Next on the Gospel Bill Show.
Well, I guess you've been telling on me to the sheriff, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, I did talk to him.
Well, it figures.
Now, listen, I didn't do that to get you in trouble. You needed help.
You people are always telling me what to do. What's the story on that boy?
Oh, seems like he's had a chip on his shoulder ever since his daddy died.
Haven't you ever heard of a fella named Kincaid Stevens?
Kincaid Stevens? No, can't say that I have.
Call me Kincaid, son. All my partners do. You do want to be my partner, don't you? Yeah, I guess so.
It's the Gospel Bill Show, featuring Gospel Bill, his sidekick Nicodemus, Miss Lana, good old Elmer Barnes, and the entire Dry Gulch gang.
Levi, glad you're home. Just finish the supply list. Take it down to Miss Lana at the general store and have her fill it. And have her charge it to our account.
I don't want to go down there.
You want to eat, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, take it down and have her fill it.
How come I always have to do what you want to do? How come I never get to do what I want to do?
Levi, take the list and get the supplies.
Yeah. My mama needs this stuff.
Well, hello, Levi. Let's see here. Green beans, milk, eggs. I'll have these things ready for you in about 10 minutes.
10 minutes? You think I got 10 minutes to wait for you?
Well, I don't know if you do or not, Levi, but I've got to go to the storeroom and get some of these things. But you can speed things up by giving me a hand.
You think we're paying you for this stuff so I can come back here and help you?
Well, I'm just trying to give you a hand, Levi.
Well, if you weren't so old, it wouldn't take so long.
Whoa now, Mr. Levi James. Now, you can't talk to Miss Lana that way. Why now, what do you think you're doing?
The old lady's taking too long with my stuff.
Now, wait just a minute, young fella. I was trying to be nice to you. But when you come in this general store, you owe this lady some respect. In fact, I want you to apologize to her right now.
Well, I don't have to if I don't want to. I'll be back later.
Well, what in the world has got into him? When he was younger, he was such a mannerly little feller.
Oh, I guess he's just been that way since his daddy died.
Well, daddy or no daddy, he has no right to treat you that way. I'm just sorry you had to listen to that. In fact, I'm gonna go talk to the sheriff about having a little talk with that boy. I'll see you later.
Okay, Nicodemus.
Right in there, son.
I didn't even plan the bank job. I mean, I don't even have any money. I mean, the guy ditched me as soon as he got all the loot.
Son, you gotta realize that a boy like you's got no business hanging around with outlaws like Stevens. That's exactly what he planned to do, but that still doesn't change the fact that you're an accomplice to the crime.
Hey, Gospel Bill, you know who Levi James is?
I guess that would be the Widow James's boy.
That's the one. You know, when he was younger, he was a real good kid. But he's getting up older now, and he's getting so ornery and rebellious. And I just wonder if you go have a little talk with him.
Well, has he broken the law?
Well, no, he ain't broke no laws, but the way he's going, it won't be long. And the way I figure it, for the sake of the town folk, and especially his mama, it'd be real good if you'd go have a talk with him.
Well, you know, sometimes a visit from a sheriff might just straighten a boy out. I'll go have a talk with him this afternoon.
That's real good. Well, that's all I need. I'll be seeing you.
Well, where is it?
Where's what?
The supplies I sent you for.
She didn't have them ready.
What does this mean, she didn't have them ready?
She said it'd take 10 minutes.
10 minutes? You couldn't wait 10 minutes? What are we going to eat? You go on down to that store and you get those supplies right now.
You're always telling me to go here and go there and do what you want to do. Do you know how boring that is?
Listen here, young man. If your father were around, you wouldn't be talking to me like this.
Well, he isn't. And pretty soon, I'm not going to be.
How? This is Chief No Wanna Sin. Chief say, how you do on secret codes this week? Chief say, time to work hard. Get out pencil and paper and work real hard because this message, keep important message. Chief say this message very, very important. So don't dare miss this message. Chief say, look at code card, look at screen, 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 look at code card, till you get it all figured out. Don't dare give up, because you can do it. You're smart. Why, you have mind of Christ. Chief say every kid who loves Jesus have mind of Christ. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. So don't dare give up. You can make it. You can do it. Chief have hard time once catching Buffalo. Buffalo run too far. Chief horse can't catch him. So Chief say he can do all things through Christ who strengthens him. Chief think about new way catch Buffalo. Chief ride around hill, surprise Buffalo. Then Chief have plenty to eat. Chief eats so much his belly get great big. Because Chief trust in God. Chief have mind of Christ. And God helps Chief in all that he does. Yeah, and God can help you too. He can help you crack this secret code. Uh-oh, almost time to go. Chief say, time to put away pencil, paper, and you can crack message at home. Chief say, so long, see you next time.
Howdy, Lana.
Well, hello, Sheriff.
Listen, I need you to get this off to the sheriff of Dripping Springs. That boy that was the lookout for the bank robbery yesterday, well, I picked him up a while ago and he's over at the jail.
Well, I'll get it off for you just as soon as I get this James order filled. I don't want that young man coming in and throwing another fit.
He gave you a little bit of trouble?
Oh, I've never seen such a disrespectful young man in all my life.
Well, that's the same thing that Nicodemus says. Well, I'm going to have a talk with that fella, and maybe I can just straighten him out a little bit. You know, he doesn't have any business having that kind of an attitude. Well, thanks a lot, Lana.
I'll get that telegram off for you in just a minute.
Well, now, hello there, Levi. Glad I bumped into you.
Something wrong? Have I broken the law?
No, you hadn't broken any laws, but folks have been telling me you've been awfully rude to them lately.
Well, is it against the law to tell folks what you think?
There's no law against that, but you can be a little bit nicer when you're talking to your elders. Now listen, I know things have been a little tough with you since your daddy died, and if you're ever under any kind of pressure and you want to get something off your chest, you just come on over to the jail and have a talk with me.
Oh, thanks, Sheriff. I'll come talk to you. Right, I want to go talk to the sheriff. Well, I guess you've been telling on me to the sheriff, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, I did talk to him.
Oh, it figures.
Now, listen, I didn't do that to get you in trouble. You needed help.
I don't need help. What I need is my food. Is it ready?
It's ready.
Good. Put it on our bill.
Oh, no. It's raining again. Why does it always have to rain? I wanted to go outside and play some baseball. Now I guess I'm gonna have to stay in my bedroom and put together a model car or something.
Hey, Eugene, it's your turn to wash the dishes.
What? It is not.
It is too. I washed them last night.
But I set the table. I did that last night and tonight, and I was the one who cleared it all away.
Well, I don't care. It's your turn to wash the dishes.
You don't care. It is not my turn. I'll tell you one thing, Sister Sue. Washing the dishes is something I'm not gonna do.
Well, I'll tell on you.
Well, I hope you do. And when you do, I'll tell Mom that you are skipping your job.
I am not skipping my job. I did it last night, and now it's your turn.
It is not my turn, and I'm not gonna wash the dishes.
Well, I'll tell on you.
Well, you go right ahead, monkey face.
Monkey face? Well, you have camel breath.
Well, how do you know? Have you kissed one before?
Mother!
Mother!
Well, I'm going to tell on you, and you're going to get in bad trouble.
Well, I'm going to tell on you, and you're going to get in bad trouble.
Mother! Mother!
Yeah, well, you just get out of my room, you old creep.
I'm going to go tell on you right now.
Yeah, well, I hope you can get through the door. I hope it's wide enough. Fatty, 2x4, can't get through the bedroom door. Look, sisters, who needs them?
Not if I see you first, Elmer. Hey, don't take no wooden worms. Yeah.
What's the matter with you? Didn't you see me coming? Or is your old age affecting your eyesight?
Son, you're going to have to learn some respect for your elders.
Well, I don't have to if I don't want to.
Oh, was that right?
Yeah, you want to fight about it?
Then why would I want to fight somebody half my age?
What's the matter with you, you chicken?
Look, son, about the last thing I am is chicken, but about the first thing you are is crazy. Now, you just take your stuff and get on home to your mama where you belong.
You people are all alike, always telling me what to do. Excuse me.
Oh, howdy, stranger.
What's the story on that boy?
Oh, seems like he's had a chip on his shoulder ever since his daddy died.
Well, what's his name?
Well, his name's Levi James.
Does he live around here?
Well, yeah, in fact, he lives right down here at the end of this street, that last house on the left, that red one down there.
Thank you, cowboy.
Yeah. I can't believe that punk kid.
What's going on out there?
Levi James just tried to pick a fight with me on the front porch of the general store. Well, can you imagine that? As gnarly and wiry and muscled up as I am?
Oh, I just can't imagine.
I don't know what's going through that boy's head.
And that's after Gospel Bill's had a talk with him.
Well, if that's the way he acts after he's had a talk with him, that boy is in for nothing but trouble.
He sure is. Oh, Nicodemus, I'm sure glad you stopped by. I've got an answer for Gospel Bill from Dripping Springs. Will you take it over to him?
Oh, yeah, I'd be glad to. See you later.
Thanks.
GB, I was just reading this here telegram I brung over for you. I find it mighty hard to believe that a kid like that there could be a bank robber.
Nicodemus, that kid was the lookout for the bank job yesterday at Dripping Springs. Several witnesses saw him.
Well, yeah, but just look at this kid. I mean, he's nervous as a cat, still wet behind the ears. Why, he couldn't even rob a candy store.
Well, he didn't do it all by himself. Haven't you ever heard of a fellow named Kincaid Stevens?
Kincaid Stevens? No, can't say that I have.
Kincaid Stevens robs banks in Nevada and Arizona territories, and yesterday he was in Dripping Springs. Now, when he comes into a town, he always looks for the most rebellious young guy in that town, some boy about the age of this kid right here. He talks that boy into going with him to rob a bank, tells the kid he's going to split the loot with him, uses the kid to be the lookout, but when the whole job is over, Stevens always leaves the kid to be caught by the law, and he rides away.
Huh. Now, say this Stevens come to Dry Gulch. You think he'd be looking for a kid kind of like Levi James?
Well, that's exactly the kind of kid he'd be looking for.
Now, this Stevens, Gospel Bill, is he kind of a portly type of feller, you know, kind of dark-complected?
Yeah, he's a big fella, all right.
And has he got a little goatee right here on his chin?
Yeah, he's got a goatee.
Ooh, Gospel Bill, I just give Kincaid Stevens directions to Levi James's house.
That means they're going to rob the bank here in Dry Gulch. Come on, Nicodemus.
Do we really have to tie her up? We don't want anybody talking if we're going to rob that bank. You are going to help me rob it, aren't you?
Sure, Mr. Stevens.
Call me Kincaid, son. All my partners do. You do want to be my partner, don't you?
Yeah, I guess so.
Now listen, son. I can take you to places you've only dreamed about. You can have more money than you can carry. And best of all, I can get you out of this place.
Levi! I love you! Sounds good to me.
All right, let's go.
apparently Kincaid Stevens has been here.
Yes, they took my boy. He's going to rob the bank.
Well, don't worry about your boy. We'll take care of him. Come on, Nicodemus.
Okay.
I wonder if he'll come today. I wonder if he'll come today. Well, I don't see him. Oh, hi. My name's Ben Haydad. I'm looking for my son. He ran off a long time ago. He asked me for his inheritance. He took it and just left. Every day I've been hoping that he would come home. I stand out here on the hill and I look for him, and I pray for him. Someday I know he'll come back. I just know he will. I'm waiting for him to come. I know he's been out there in sin and he's been doing things that are terrible, but if he came home today, I would forgive him. I'd hug him, I'd hold him, and I'd say, son, I love you with all my heart and I forgive you of being foolish. I hope he comes today. I hope he comes today. Dad? Son! You're home! Yes, Dad. Can I stay? Can I stay? Of course you can stay. Oh, son, it's good to see you. It's great to see you. Oh, son, let me look at you. You've grown a lot. Yes, Dad, but I've been stupid. I've been foolish. But you came home. I know, Dad. I'm here to stay. I'll never go out again. I went out and spent all the money foolishly, Dad. I was stupid. I blew it all. And listen, Dad, just let me be one of your servants. That's all I ask. I just want to be a servant. Let me just work for you, Dad. I don't have to be your son. Just let me be one of your servants. Look, son. You're my son. You don't have to be my servant. I want you to come home with full privileges. Come home. I forgive you, son. Oh, I love you. It's good to see you. I forgive you of all that stuff, son. Thanks a lot, Dad. I'll never run off again. Oh, it's good to have you home.
Well, from the looks of things, they hadn't made it in the bank yet. Now listen, I'm gonna slip around the block and get in the bank from the back door.
Okay, I'll go with you.
No, you stay right here. Now, if Stevens does this the way he usually does his bank jobs, he'll put old Levi right there on the porch as a lookout. You can nab him and I'll work from the inside.
Now listen, I'm gonna go inside. I want you to stay on the porch. If anybody comes around, especially that sheriff, you just rap on the window. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. Hey, Shorty, I'll take all your money if you please.
Would you like that in large or small bills, sir?
Excuse me. You know, for an old man, I got pretty good eyesight, especially when it comes to bank robberies. Come on.
Man, Lord, I feel crummy for all those things I said to my sister. And I know it's not my turn to wash the dishes, but I really feel bad for all those things I called her. I want you to forgive me. Lord, I know I'm not supposed to talk like that, and when I do, my spirit just feels terrible. So I ask you to forgive me in Jesus' name, and from now on, I'm going to work real hard and try not to get in any more fights, and I won't call Jeannie any more bad names, Lord. And I ask you to help her to forgive me, because I'm going to go ask her to forgive me for all the things I said.
Eugene?
Jeannie!
I want to talk to you. It's really important.
Well, I need to talk to you, too, and it's really important. You see, I want you to forgive me.
You want me to forgive you, but I want you to forgive me. I said some bad things to you.
Well, I know, but I said some bad things to you, Jeannie, and I came to tell you that, well, I'll help you wash the dishes.
You will?
Mm-hmm. Now, I'll help you wash it. You know what, Jeannie? I don't want to fight like that anymore.
Oh, neither do I.
You're a great sister after all, Jeannie. You really are.
Well, you're a great brother.
Come on, let's go wash the dishes.
You know, it seems to me that judge let old Levi off pretty light. Don't you think, Gospel Bill?
Oh, I don't think so, Nicodemus. A boy like that's just too young to go to prison.
Well, I've really seen a change in him. He's really respectful when he comes in here.
You know, I think that boy has finally learned his lesson. You know, folks usually always do one way or the other. I mean, you either learn how to show respect while you're young or when you're old. Now, if you learn to show some respect while you're a kid, things will be good for you during the rest of your life. But if you have to wait till you get older, I want to tell you, you're in for a mess of trouble, and I think Levi knows that better than anybody.
You say the cow went dry, your plane won't fly, and the rooster don't want to crow. Your hair won't comb, your buffaloes roam, and you'll get along just to go. Got behind on your rent, cause your money's all spent, and it's time to make a real tough choice. But listen, my friend, this ain't the end. What you need to do is rejoice. Rejoice in the Lord. Again I say rejoice. Rejoice in the Lord. It's time to lift your voice and stir up the gift that's way down deep in you. Rejoice in the Lord. Again I say rejoice. You say the hens won't lay, you ain't got paid for all that hard work you did. Your cars won't out, your tires are bald, they won't roll right, they just skid. Your whistle ain't broke, your frog won't croak, and you got an overdue invoice. Well, you can join me when I count to 3. What we're gonna do is rejoice. Rejoice in the Lord. Again I say rejoice. Rejoice in the Lord. It's time to lift your voice and stir up the gift that's way down deep in you. Rejoice in the Lord. Again I say rejoice. You see the things around us change like the waves of the sea. What's here today, tomorrow may be gone. But Jesus will never change. He's the same eternally. Faith in Him will change to right what's wrong. Rejoice in the Lord. Again I say rejoice. Rejoice in the Lord. It's time to lift your voice and stir up the gift that's way down deep in you. Rejoice in the Lord. Again I say 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 rejoice. Again I say rejoice in the Lord. Again I say rejoice. Again I say rejoice in the Lord. Again I say
Once there was a snake named Charlie who was crazy about eating chicken eggs. Now, every afternoon, Charlie went over to the chicken house, and he found a place to get inside by slipping through a crack. He was just small enough to fit in those cracks, and every day old Charlie went sliding through, and he helped himself to the farmer's biggest eggs. He swallowed those eggs whole, and when he crawled back out through the crack, because he pushed and pulled and tugged with all of his might, he could crack that egg and slip on through. The farmer never caught him. Now, one day, Charlie was laying outside in the yard, and his mother came out and said, "Charlie, I hear you've been going over to the chicken house." He said, "Yes, ma'am." And she said, "You know what happened to your Uncle Pete. You better stay away from that chicken house if you know what's good for you." He said, "Mom, I'm not going to get caught like Uncle Pete did. I'm a whole lot sharper than that. If you think I'm going to get caught in that chicken house, you're crazy." Charlie didn't have any respect for the advice of his mother. He wouldn't listen to her. So you know what happened? That day, old Charlie went back over and slipped off with another egg, and the farmer found out about it. So he took another egg out of his hen's nest and boiled it. He put it back inside the nest, and the next day when Charlie came, he got inside that chicken house, swallowed that hard-boiled egg, and when he tried to crawl out that crack, he couldn't make it. Charlie tried as best he could to get out of that chicken house, but it just wouldn't work because that great big hen egg on the inside of him would not crack. It wouldn't break, and he was stuck tight. "Oh, man, I should have listened to my mom," thought Charlie. "She knew what was best." And wouldn't you know it, about that time the door opened up, and here came that farmer. And Charlie learned his lesson the hard way, that it always pays to respect your elders and to listen to their advice. You can nab him and I'll work from the inside.